Hey everyone, Sparks here, back for another installment of Major Minor. So last time around we did have a conversation with Rocker. Strange as it sounds, his spirit has been following us around ever since. He died, hence why he's been in the save file since then. And honestly, that's kind of cool that he's actually been witnessing everything, and so apparently has everyone else who's died during the course of the events of the Midnight Deaths. Which is, kind of sad, really, that they've all had to just sit back and watch things through my eyes. But, and actually, they might not be the only ones. Seem to be a lot more voices that were mulling around before Rocker came to the forefront. But hopefully, we'll get to the bottom of why they were even there. I mean, based on Veloquiz and Nagi's conversation, it's very possible that the entirety of Terra is some sort of afterlife, and everyone there is actually the spirits of the dead, living on in some new form. But I don't know if that's actually the case. We'll find out, I'm sure, very soon. But hopefully, the people back on Earth will be able to sort out things and get away from Maxine before she manages to win. And we'll find that all out now, hopefully. Well, let's get back to the game. Alright. We're going to get straight back to things because honestly at this point I don't think there's anything more we need to go over with the actual save file. Anyways. So Rook is now talking to Singe. Singe, you have to listen to me. We'll die if we stay here any longer. Rook, it's not that simple. You don't run with a gun pointed at you. Don't know how many times I can say this. They'll take it as a provocation. You must remain docile and obey them. Remember what Sparks did, Rook. If he didn't obey, we'd all be dead. I guess you're right. Speaking of which, where is Sparks? Resting. The ordeal was very tiring. I'm afraid they passed out soon after. But they'll be safe from now on. It's true what the culprit said. It's up to us to mitigate the damage. Trying to run away would kill us all. Knowing that, would you still run away? If you do it, you could kill us all. Is that how you want to repay Keela? His sacrifice gave us our lives. We can't squander this gift. Gift, huh? Man, this is gonna be a PR nightmare. Keela didn't even get to sign the waivers. Things haven't exactly gone as planned. But Rook, I have to tell you something. Something that can never leave this room. What is it? I started to dig a little deeper, into Keela's history. I wanted to notify his next of kin, but I couldn't find any. And he didn't get to fill out any forms, so we don't have emergency contact info. I guess his family stayed under the radar. That's hard to do in this day and age. To be honest, it was the same with Acheron. Looking him up gave me next to nothing. It's like we have ghosts on the tour. So, what are we going to do then? People want answers, Singe. That's exactly the problem. I've never been more clueless in my life. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out some paper. He places it face down on the table, in front of Rook. Huh? This is what you must never repeat. Only turn it over if you give me your vow. It's all I could find in my search. Rook hesitates for a moment, utterly confused. I know that people want answers. But announcing Keela's death to the world, I feel will only cause confusion. Rook gulps as he slowly turns over the paper. A moment later, he looks up at Singe in shock. But this is... That's right. It's an obituary. Rook, I don't know who we lost to that bomb. But the real Keela has been dead for months. Oh. Damn. That's a problem. I don't know how to take it. And it looks like we're awake and in our prison cell. Wonderful. Great. This is just perfect. My vision slowly returns, along with my sense of touch. I'm greeted with a damp floor beneath me. My hands rest in a puddle of moisture, and I shiver. Much colder than when I returned to the hotel room. I concentrate, trying to remember what happened. And that's when the unpleasant memories assault me. Attacked by the servant of Lord Player. He must have taken me here after he choked me unconscious. Where am I exactly? That's what confuses me. As I try and remember, I bring myself to my knees. I brace myself on a nearby wall for support. I don't think I'm a prisoner, as I'm not chained up. I look around frantically. My stomach growls. Wherever I am, there's definitely a shortage of food. After a few moments pass, I bring myself to my feet. It took a little while to gather the strength. I make my way to the door of the cell. Of course it's locked. Why wouldn't it be? The hope that existed for a moment is quickly shattered. I grip the bars, as if by instinct. A moment later, I see something in the corner of my eye. A shadow slowly walks across my field of vision. I back away. I don't want them to notice me. My only assumption is that this is some sort of guard. I can see them turn around and make their way back. Suddenly, something intercepts their path. I see the shapely silhouette of a woman. Shapely? It's not shapely. It is ridiculous. Upon seeing them, the guard calls out in shock. It's very apparent that she's not supposed to be here. But she knows this as well and takes action. A swift and stylish punch to the throat silences him. Gasps for air and falls to the ground, helpless. I hate it when they go down easy. It's no fun without a fight. The guard tries crawling away, fearing for his life, but she crouches down and pushes his face into the dirt. So, do you have any last words? Something that could change my mind? It's not all about killing, you know. I watch the guard squirm and attempt to speak. It's quite clear that she's mocking him. She pulls out a blade and quickly slits his throat. The floor becomes stained with a fountain of blood. I hope that you find peace in death. At this moment, my back is against the wall. I see her fiddle with his pocket and find some keys. After inspecting them closely, she turns to me. What are you doing all the way back there? Do you not want to get out of here? Come a little closer. Let me see that pretty face of yours. After a brief pause, she looks back at the guard. Oh, don't worry. You're not going to end up like him. I'm being paid handsomely to keep you alive. She fiddles with the lock, and I become more relaxed. After a few moments pass, the cell door swings open. Gosh, so much blood. People wonder why I wear red. Get up, love. You're coming with me. She smiles at me and helps me get to my feet. But this is all too confusing to take in stride. What? Is something wrong? No, go get cold feet, dear. No, we're so close to the end. I'm not scared, I'm just confused. I have no idea who she is, or who's paying her. I decided these are good questions to open with. Well, you can call me Sam. But your other question has a longer answer. So let's move. I hate wasting time. She immediately runs off, expecting me to follow. I guess I didn't have a choice in the matter. I just have to hope she was forthcoming with the rest. So I follow her, in search of answers and freedom. Yes, let us save. Well, the first thing I notice is more cell doors. Like we're in some sort of prison block. Could this really be Lord Player's residence? I noticed Sam isn't too far away, so I inch towards her. Took you long enough. Not like our lives are on the line. She crosses her arms and taps her foot. Excuse me for not giving her my unconditional trust. There are some questions I'd like to have answered. I already told you my name is Sam. Just stick to my side and you won't die. I'm being paid to keep you alive, remember? We can part ways when I deliver you. Trust me, I'm not knowing this either. But I couldn't turn down a bonus like that. That was one of my main questions, actually. Who was paying her to secure my safety? Did she end up rescuing Kalen from these cells? Sorry, Kalen was nowhere to be found. And you mean you don't know who paid me? You must be more oblivious than I thought. Does the name Righty ring a bell? You gave me quite the generous offer. Normally I'd refuse, but not this time. I got offers from other people as well. Andy and Conrad, their names were. Seemed quite popular on Terra Sparks. But money talks, and they were too quiet. I had to take Righty's offer in the end. I told you. I told. I'm told that you two go back a little bit. So I guess Righty went through with his attack. I guess it's easier to do with a team. I think this is a confirmation that we're in Claire's home. Yeah, he shouldn't be too far away. When I deliver you to him, I'm out of here. I'll be set for life after all of this. She gestured broadly at the open cell doors. I have no idea why he held prisoners, but Righty paid a bonus for their lives. It won't be long before they expose Claire. After a few moments of walking, we reach a large door. I've only assumed that this is the exit. Righty should be just out of this door. Sadly, I can't get involved any further. I'll find a way out somewhere else. But trust me, we'll meet again. And maybe we can have more fun. Sam runs off, brushing my shoulder on the way out. I'm left alone, with a large door in front of me. Could I trust her? What if this was a trap? I look behind me. She's already gone. I guess I don't have any other option. I open the door and hope that Righty awaits me. Really? We're having save files so close together? And yes, I am doing a different save file for everyone, even if it's that short and there are no choices, because honestly it's easier for me to keep track of things. I immediately noticed how large his cellar is. Claire and Riley had a massive operation in play. It's wet and humid down here, not cared for. Take a few steps forward and scan the area. Didn't Sam say that Righty would be here? Look everywhere, but I can't find him at all. Hey. And just like a cellar, he pops up behind me. Doesn't scare me as much. My heart still pounds. I don't think he could have picked a worse time. Oh, I frightened you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tread lightly in here. He looks behind me as if expecting to see someone. Was Keela back there by chance? He disappeared around the same time as you. I gulp before I break the news to Righty. Let him know that Keela passed away last night. He was involved in a tragedy back on Earth. I see. That is most unfortunate. He was a very bright soul, you know. It's hard to find that in this bleak world. Better not tell him that it was my choosing. In fact, I should probably not tell anybody that. Wait a minute. Back on Earth? Am I to believe that he left Terra? I nod. That's impossible, Sparks. Our connection doesn't work that way. I swear that I'm telling him the truth. Before I woke up in the cell, I went back as well. That's a pretty tall tale. But it would explain the king's interest. There's more to you than I thought. He crosses his arms, losing himself in thought. You must have seen Sam, right? I hired her to help me out today. She was supposed to rescue any prisoners. There were just so many. Didn't know Claire was capable of this. His hatred truly knows no bounds. Sam saved you before she left the manor, yeah. I should probably tell Righty the truth. It isn't Lord Blair behind this. It's Riley. At least, he's been the one pulling the strings. Before I can, we hear a crashing noise. It sounds like it's coming from upstairs. I look to Righty and ask what we should do. We need to investigate. I think Blair already has Kalen. He wasn't in any of the cells. Just like Sam mentioned, that worries me. We can do this, Sparks. Together, we're going to expose the king. He hands me a sword. I don't know what to do with it. Really hope he wasn't expecting me to fight. Depending on the type of sword, I might actually have some ability to wield it. But definitely not the kind where I actually would be able to defend myself effectively. So that's a bit of a problem. Oh well. The art of swordplay has been lost on Earth. Before I can say anything else, he runs off. Follow him to the best of my ability. It isn't very long until we get upstairs. I'm baffled by how large this place really is. It's a stunning counterpoint to the way affairs had happened. And for that moment, the society I saw before. Is this really what the upper class was like here? Calling it a mansion would be an understatement. It's a veritable labyrinth and showcase of wealth. We turn corners until we arrive at a large atrium. I assume that we're tracking down the noise we heard. And sure enough, it's Andy and Conrad. They immediately turn to us, drawing their weapons. Righty, hand over the savior. I don't want to fight you today. I'm afraid I can't do that. We're here to rescue Kalen. After today, Veloquez is exposed. You just won't give up, will you? There's nothing you need to expose. And he draws his daggers and lunges towards Righty. Righty quickly weaves to the side and punches his gut. And he stumbles backwards, winded. Lucky hit. You need to stop being so blind. The king wanted Kalen in prison. If I don't save him, he'll die. Lord Player is a relentless killer. There's no way Kalen could escape. Righty draws his axe and holds it forward. Help me take down Player and rescue Kalen. If you don't, then you're our enemy. What do you mean, our enemy? The savior is on our side, you know. And he takes a fighting stance, looking at me. It's not true, Andy. Sparks chose to side with me yesterday. Even he saw through Veloquez's facade. Spouting lies as usual. He'll do anything to get your way. But not this time, Righty. He lunges towards Righty once again. This time, I take action. I jump in the way and hold up my sword. And he stops in his tracks, dangerously close. Don't tell me it's true. We went through so much for you. I tell Andy that he's overthinking things. Siding with Righty was safer than rushing to the king. I had no idea what he wanted with me. And it was scary. Rescuing Kalen would reveal the king's intent. If the king was truly evil, I'd stay away. But if he wasn't, then we could venture to him safely. Saving Kalen was more like flipping a coin to me. Better than rushing in against unfathomable odds. I came from another world, and I couldn't be sure. I needed to know Veloquez's true nature first. If our situations were reversed, he'd do the same. Seems like a good enough explanation for him. He sheathes his daggers and assumes a neutral stance. Very well. I trust you. We don't have time to rescue Kalen. Like hell you don't. Taking down Player is what you wanted. Helping me will accomplish that too. This is where I decide to tell them the truth. Lord Player wasn't behind all of this. It was Riley. He played the role of an advisor and controlled him. What? Are you serious? But we saw the bloodied rags. We know Lord Player attacked you. That's why we came here to begin with. Before I continue, we hear a noise upstairs. As if on cue, Riley enters the scene. I'm surprised you didn't see it, Andy. You work with fake evidence all the time. Well, let's get things moving, shall we? I'm tired of your endless bickering. Turns around and grabs something from behind him. Grabs someone from behind him. And they might immediately take a fighting stance. This must be Kalen. Can't put aside your differences. And even when lives are on the line, Kalen squirms in his grip, clearly overpowered. Riley holds him still and places a knife to his throat. You all think that you've won, but you couldn't be more wrong. Soon this entire building will burn. There won't be any proof left behind. And I'll hunt down the prisoners you saved, just as soon as I slit Kalen's throat. But not here. I have a plan. Come and chat with me at Lord Player. One last chance to resolve things. No matter what, there will be death. The outcome will decide our election. Today, the throne will be secured. He slowly backs out of the room, holding his hostage. I look at everyone beside me, not sure what to do. So it's true. He really is the one behind this. They both look at me. Thank you for telling us the truth. Yeah. Otherwise we might have killed Player. I shrug and tell them it's not relevant anymore. No matter who's in charge, we have a decision to make. Should we go after Riley? Or is it some kind of trap? Both cross their arms and ponder in unison. I notice that even Conrad is staying out of this. Are they working together? Never thought I'd see that. We have to play the odds, Andy. What do you mean? We can follow after Riley. If we do, there's a chance Kalen will live. But if you assume it's a trap and leave, well, Kalen will die for sure. If I do this, will you hand me the savior? Is how much Kalen means to you? Riley pauses and then looks at me. It's odd how didn't even ask my opinion. You ask too much of me, Andy. Sparks chose to come with me freely, Riley. You're making a mistake. The fate of Terra is at stake here. That's far more than the fate of Caleb. Please, let the Savior come with me. This will save both Kalen and Terra. Saving Kalen is useless on its own. I will help you if you give me the Savior. Otherwise, I will take them by force. This will kill both you and Kalen. And it returns to a fighting stance. Do I truly mean that much to him and Conrad? Andy, you know what I do for a living. I protect the lives of others. To that end, you have me at an impasse. If I fight, you too would kill me. Then you take the Savior away. This would lead Caleb to his doom. But if I give you the Savior, everybody has a chance to live. You should become a politician, you know. You're great at screwing people over, making them go against their values. Andy changed the subject, choosing not to respond. I feel like I'm just some sort of commodity now. To be honest, anywhere is safer than here. So if saving everyone means leaving Righty, that's okay. A temporary alliance then? A temporary alliance. They shake hands, but both parties seem hesitant. There's a physical contact between that is uncomfortable. We tried working together once, Righty. Let's hope it ends up better this time. Just like that, I'm back with Andy and Conrad. Can't say I'm surprised after all. The mission I sided with Righty for would be completed. Kalen would be freed, and I know Veloquist's intent. If his intent was evil, Kalen could testify. But if it wasn't, I'd gladly help him. It seems like all the bases are finally covered. We start walking up the stairs, full of purpose. Hold on one moment, just responding to a message from a partner. Likely needing, looks like he's going to need my help soon, so I may have to cut this short. Hope not, but we'll see. They start walking up the stairs, full of purpose. Turn to Conrad, who still seems to be processing this. So, what, I'm at third wheel now? We could have picked a better time. He growls before he follows suit. Soon enough, we're all ascending the stairs. We reach the top, we notice the door is open. We all stare at each other, exchanging reassuring nods. In this moment, we were united. Our goal was clear. And with that resolve, we venture forward. Oof. Okay, where do we start from? We started from there, I believe. Yeah. So 52. Plenty of time left. As soon as we enter the room, we separate. We all stand in a line, facing towards Riley and Player. But it seems like they made a quick switch. Player now holds Kayla hostage, and Riley, Kabu. Examine their faces and notice a disparity. Riley seems calm and collected, completely unfazed. But Player looks around in panic, fidgeting awkwardly. Riley's leadership was now more apparent than ever. Riley, what do you want? You're cornered. There's more of us. I want to secure the throne, Indy. That's all I've ever wanted. That is something you can never do. You need to give up before it's too late. Riley, we can negotiate for your life. Killing you and Player isn't our goal. We only ever want to end your campaign. Just give up and you could still live. I'm afraid it's too late for that. All of our prisoners are already freed. It won't be long before they start talking. After that, they'll want vengeance. Living in fear isn't living at all. We would never be truly safe from harm. But it's good to know where you're not hiding. We were sick of pretending not to know. It's so obvious that you belong to the king. This works in your favor, Riley. We can have him make a public statement. He'll announce your innocence to everyone. He would gladly make a statement like that, especially if you surrendered your campaign. At that point, you'd be free men. Notice that Player has calmed down by now. It seems like he likes what he's hearing. Riley, on the other hand, seems surprised. You really think you can do that? Of course. It'd be simple. But we want protection, too. A place to stay. Guarded at all times. Don't press your luck, Riley. It's you who shouldn't be pressing. He presses his blade up to Kabu's throat, smirking. Fine. But you two have to stand down. This includes handing over Kalen and Kabu. Player and Riley exchange glances before nodding. We have to do this my way, Andy. You can come get Kabu from me directly, slowly, and with no sudden move. After that, Conrad can get Kalen. Then he'll escort us all to a safe place. I need to ensure that you're not lying. We'll be at the back of the group. No one can be behind us. I know the true nature of you two. Andy and Conrad exchange glances this time. Conrad looks worried, and Andy looks confident. It was complicated. This might all end peacefully. I'm going to walk towards you now. I'll raise my arms so I can't attack. When I get there, you hand over Kalen. Riley nods, and Andy starts his walk. Riley looks on, unsure of what to think. If things went awry, I'm sure he'd attack. Slower, Andy. There's no need to move so fast. He obeys instantly, almost like a puppet. Riley watches in fright as the assassin approaches him. I can see Conrad grip his sword, just in case. Kabu and Kalen, everything will be okay. I promise this won't last much longer. He reassures the two hostages as he arrives. After a few moments, he's face to face with Riley. You must stay true to your word, Riley. I'm going to take Kabu and walk back. Of course, I wouldn't dream of crossing you. Before you go, can I say one thing? Make it quick. Riley clears his throat before speaking. It echoes throughout the large hall. You should have never trusted a politician. We're all dirty, especially King Velasquez. Or should I say, my true employer. Andy looks shocked, unable to move. Did Riley just say that Velasquez was his boss? This must go deeper than any of us thought. Riley uses his Terra confusion to make his move. He runs his blade along Kabu's throat effortlessly. Oh, no! Not Kabu! Not the blue boy! Riley, you are actually dead now. Riley, you bastard! He reaches for his dagger, but he's not fast enough. Riley plunges the knife into his gut multiple times. The final stab, he twists the knife around. No! And the lion? And my falls to the ground, making the puddle larger. Riley stands there with a sadistic grin, laughing. Andy, no! Conrad lunges forward, but Riley intercepts him. He holds Conrad in place, stopping his attack. The player looks horrified, staring at Kabu's body, but his grip against Kalen tightens. He's panicking. Riley walks over to his pawn, still laughing loudly. Do it, player. Kill Kalen. He's the biggest thorn in our side. If you do it, we'll be unstoppable. Player gulps audibly, his body shaking. Player, don't do this. Riley interjects, still holding Conrad tightly. It's not too late to become a free man. Riley has been using you all along. There isn't any real proof of your crimes. If you kill Kalen, I can't help you. There will be witnesses to your crime. Do the right thing here and surrender. I'm against Velasquez as well, you know. So I'm not acting in a way that helps him. I want to help you and save Kalen. Player, we've come too far to back out. Everything we worked for is on the line. I order you to kill Kalen right now. Player looks at Riley and then at Kabu's lifeless body. He presses the knife harder against Kalen's throat. Any harder and he starts to draw blood. You're right about that, Riley. Everything is on the line right now. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, Kalen. Closes his eye before he uses the blade. Almost like he can't attach himself to his actions. He adds a third victim to the floor. And more blood. Oh my god! But it isn't Kalen's blood. It's Riley's. Oh! Oh. Grabs his throat and squirms in pain. Player looks at what he's done, horrified. Kalen uses his opportunity to break free. He runs towards Riley, gaining his freedom. As he sees this, he releases his grip on Conrad. Andy, He immediately runs towards Andy's body, cradles in his arms, shaking himself. This isn't funny, Andy. Wake up! Claire runs to Kabu's body and holds it close. With the violence gone, they cry over their losses. Riley, Kayla, and I stare on in shock. I'm sorry, my son. Oh my god. That's where we'll have to end the episode. So, when I'm gonna have to be honest here, when I was recording for this episode, the way the save points were laid out, I ended up severely overrunning on the actual record, meaning that I have essentially recorded enough footage for 2 episodes in one sitting. That is actually a major problem because it means I have to try and edit things so that they work. And it does mean that the next episode there'll be moments where it means I'm going to have to record a separate introduction for the next episode, and where I will probably have to reiterate this. And it also means that I have to, well, record a new ending for that episode too. And there'll be moments in the next part whereby I do show frustration over just how long it's taking to get to the next save point. So I do want to apologize for that in advance. But next episode, yes, it's been recorded. I will get around to editing it, when I can. But for now, we'll just have to contend with what we've seen and, yeah, the true tragedy of everything we've just witnessed. So, until next time, guys. See yas.